Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce. My name is Kevin Alwi and I'm from Automotive Engineering Education, Padang State University. And here I will explain about a differential mechanical device. A differential is a gear train with three shafts that has the property that the rotational speed of the shaft is the average of the speed of the other, a friction multiple of the average. An automotive differential, the drive gear 2 is a mountain the carrier 5 which support the planetary bevel gear 4 which injects the driven bevel gear 3 attached to the axle 1. In automobile and other wheel vehicle, the differential allow the outer drive wheel to rotate faster than the inner drive wheel during a turn. And this is necessary when the vehicle turns, making the wheel that is traveling around the outside of the turning gear roll further and faster than the other. The average of the rotational speed of the two driving wheels equals the input rotational speed of the drive shaft. An increase in the speed of one wheel is balanced by a decrease in the speed of the other. When used is way, a differential couple the longitudinal input a propeller shaft to the pinion, which is a turn reverse the transverse ring gear of the differential. This also usually works as reduction gear. On rare wheel-driven vehicle, the differential may connect to half shaft inside an axle housing, or driver shaft that connect to the rear drive wheel. From the wheel-drive vehicle tend to have the engine crankshaft and the gearbox shaft transfers. And with the pinion on the end of the main shaft of the gearbox and the differential enclosed is the same housing as the gearbox. There are individual drive shafts to each wheel. A differential consists of one input, the drive shaft, and two outputs which are two drive wheels. However, the rotation of the drive wheels are coupled to each other by their connection to the roadway. Under normal conditions, with small tire slip, the ratio of the speed of the two driving wheels is defined by the ratio of the radius of the paths around which the two wheels are rolling, which in turn is determined by the track width of the vehicle, the distance between the driving wheel and the radius of the turn. Non-automotive with a differential include performing analog arithmetic, and two of the differential three shafts are made to rotate torque angle that represent are proportional to two number, and the angle of the third shaft rotation represent the sum on difference of the two input number. Next, the earliest known use of a differential gear is in anti-current mechanism, circa, which use a differential gear to control a small sphere representing the moon from the difference between the sun and moon position pointer. The ball was pointer, black and white in hemisphere, and graphically showed the phase of the moon at a particular point in time. An equation clock that used a differential for edition 1 made in the century. Large assembly of differential were used in analog computer. And next, the epicyclic differential. Epicyclic gearing is used here to apportion torque asymmetrical. The input shaft is the green hollow one, the yellow in the low torque output, and the pink is the high torque output of the first output. The yellow and the pink gear is the same. And epicyclic differential can use epicyclic gearing to split and apportion torque asymmetrically between the front and rear axle. An epic differential is at the heart of the Toyota Plus automotive drivetrain, where it interconnects the engine, motor generator, and the drive wheel, and which have a second differential for splitting torque as usual. It has the advantage of being relatively complex along the length of its axis. And spur gear differential. A spur gear differential has two equal size spur gear, one for each whole shaft, and a space between them instead of the bevel gear, and also no ammeter gear assembly. At the center of the differential, there is a rotation carrier on the same axis as the two shafts. Torque from a prime mover or transmission, such as the drive shaft of a car, rotated this carrier. Non-automotive application. And the early use a differential was in a clock made by Joseph Williams. It employed a differential to add the equation of time to local mean time, as determined by the clock mechanism to produce solar time, which would have been the same of the reading of a sundial during the century. And in the first half of the 20th century, mechanical analog computer, a differential gear train can be used to allow a difference between two input axles. Mills often use sub-gear to apply torque in the required axis. Differentials are also used in this way in watchmaking to link two speed regulation systems with the aim of averaging out error. Global force is a differential to link to double turbine system in the quadrupole differential turbine. And thanks for attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.